Welcome to Pep Talk with Wendy Summers. This portion of the Pensacola Expert Panel is sponsored and presented by Pensacola Home Experts and your host, Bill Sheffield, who is responsible for the content. Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily represent those of News Radio 1620.
News Radio 1620. It's an Eagles concert today. Oh, no, wait, no.
Yes, it is.
It's Pensacola Home Experts with Bill Sheffield and our guests, Don and Kasie Copeland of University Lending Group. I am Paul Stadden, filling in for Wendy Summers today. Don't worry, she'll be back with you tomorrow. And 437-1620 is the number to call at any point during the show if you want to become a part of the show. Well, I'm sorry it's under the circumstances I'm joining you guys. Wendy's out of town for unfortunate family reasons.
Our prayers and thoughts are with them and with their family.
Yeah. But I'm happy to be joining you.
Well, it's happy to have you here. You are my number one main contact here because every week I get my email with a podcast of the show, and I always send it out to everybody, and thank you so much for doing that, folks. My name is Bill Sheffield. You can remember me by where there's a bill, there's a way. But I want to talk for just a minute about Pensacola Home. My website is pensacolahome.com. Everything you need to know about the local real estate market you can find there. PensacolaHome.com. I would love to invite you to visit my page. It's a strange name. Let me think. What is it? Oh, Pensacola Home is my page name on Facebook. So look at that. You didn't do nothing.
I'm trying to tighten your microphone up.
I know. Let me see. Well, you didn't do a good job. But anyway, that's just.
Thank you. That's why you're here.
Sorry,
We're fixing
Paul.
things.
No, I tried to tighten. Anyway, Don and Kasie Copeland with University Lending. I was just thinking when I was coming in here, I was thinking about the food that they were talking about on the show prior to us. But other than that, we have done business for a long time.
Too many years to count, Bill. Too many years.
Don't say it that way. Say it's been a lovely, wonderful adventure in the real estate and mortgage market.
That's what she meant.
Oh, but it has been a bunch of years. And you know what else it's been? It's been a bunch of homes.
It has been a lot of homes.
Yeah.
We've had a lot lately too, which is great. The market seems to be doing wonderful.
Well, it's that dime.
It is.
It's that dime they've been sitting on, Paul. They better get off of it. How long we've been saying this? We've been saying this now for a while. If you think you love 3.25% interest, you better not get used to it.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I've seen that in the last couple of weeks. So, what was our favorite saying? Now is the time to buy.
Now is the time to buy.
Yes, it is. It is time. It is time. Interest rates have kind of creeped up a little bit in the last couple of weeks.
Did y'all check before you left? What are they this morning?
FHA, which is the most popular program, is sitting right around 4.375, 4.5.
Okay,
so still great. Still great rates.
We can't say that like it's bad interest rates.
I know, but everybody freaks out because it's not in the threes anymore.
Yeah.
But 4.5%. When's the last time we've seen that?
Nah, back to 60s.
About.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's long enough. I don't remember.
Of the last century.
Very true. Very true.
Not the 2000.
No.
The 1960s.
Yes.
There was some good cars back then.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I would. Delaney fusses at me all the time because I watch those car shows that are on TV and I see all the Mustangs and the Chargers and Challengers, and I'm saying, oh my God, I drove them all. 396 SS Chevelles. Baby. You kids think you got cars today. You have no idea.
It's Car Talk with Bill Sheffield. I love it.
Right?
Well, hey, I'm dating myself. Well, I'm not dating myself. I'm aging myself. I dated myself last night, but that's another story entirely. Hey.
I don't want to know.
Are y'all still here?
We're here.
You know what tomorrow is? Actually, this is July the 3rd, so we're kind of dating the radio program, but we can talk mortgages and homes and everything else, and they know what we do. And before we start on our Independence Day thing, how do they get in touch with y'all?
They can contact us at University Lending Group. Our office number is 912-8002, and I'm Kasie Copeland, so just ask for me. I'll be happy to help you, go over those interest rates with you. And I love first-time home buyers. I hold your hand through the process.
Yeah.
It really is not a scary process.
Still some bond money?
Oh, there's plenty of bond money out there, which is designated for first-time home buyers. So give me a call at 912-8002, and I'll be happy to go over it with you.
There is no reason for you not to start moving towards buying a home. There's stories of it in the past where we could hardly get anybody qualified or gone. Y'all are having really good success with a lot of credit scores in the 640s, I understand, and there's really no reason. You know what the answer is? Always, until you ask.
No.
So why not ask?
Hey, can I give them another reason to call us?
I wish you would.
University Lending Group was voted Best of the Bay for lending companies, so that's all the more reason to give us a call.
And guess what else? Main Street Properties.
So was Main Street Properties.
Best of the Bay. Best place to work.
That's right.
Best property management. Best resort rentals.
You're just bragging now.
I know, I'm showing off. I'll quit. I'll stop that. I want to ask y'all a question. Do you remember your first Independence Day? That you had conscious memory of it?
I do.
Tell me about it.
We had gone as a family to New Smyrna Beach.
Okay.
And watched the fireworks over the ocean.
Is
and
that
it was
right?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I grew up on a farm, and so I remember my Uncle Pearson, first real memory of July the 4th, had gone out and bought a bunch of firecrackers and stuff like that. And I guess I was about 6 or 7 years old, sitting on the front porch steps watching him set off firecrackers. And my father, and he had served in the Navy in World War II. My father served after World War II, so it just brought back memories to them, I'm sure, of a lot of noise that they wish they hadn't been around. But it's our birthday, and it's an incredible situation when you stop and think that how this country got started and the turmoil that we've gone through and everything that had to happen throughout history, that evidently God smiled on this country.
Amen.
Because not long after they got started, they figured out that the Constitution wasn't going to work. They had to. Then they said, that was 1776, 1770, 87. They said, well, you know what? We really need a Constitution and a Bill of Rights. And that Bill of Rights that they did, freedom of the press, freedom not of religion, but from religion, or not from religion, but of religion, all the other things that allows us to have the freedoms that we enjoy today, they're very old.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Very old. And so I want to take just a minute to thank America for the fact that we're standing in a radio studio, going out over the airwaves, which is miraculous. We sit here all of us are using our smartphones. Somebody's texting me something. Delaney and I went to Sam's Monday morning, so we were on the road. I had to set up a showing for a house. I got on my smartphone. I pulled up PAR, went and found the agent, did the contact information to make sure I could show that house at 11 o'clock. I did everything riding down I-10.
That's a scary
thought, I know, but I wasn't driving. Delaney was driving. Delaney was driving. Let me quickly say that.
We're not promoting texting and driving.
No. But I'm sitting over there in the passenger seat. Delaney's looking at me, so I'm quiet, and I'm on my phone. And it's just miraculous what has been accomplished in this world and in this country. And I tell you, if you want to stop for a minute and think just about what shape this world would be in if there never was an America. You want to be blessed about being an American? Stop and think about that question. I mean, evidently the world would be speaking German. I mean, who would have stopped Hitler? Who would have stopped the Japanese? I mean, that was America. The Civil War was. We would have had two countries. The North and the South would have broken apart. There was hardly any reason at the start for 13 different states to come together, scattered from Rhode Island to Georgia. I mean, if you think about all the miracles that have happened in this country, for us to be sitting here on July the 3rd, 2013, celebrating this country, you ought to plan to go see the fireworks tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
And celebrate this country. There's a lot wrong with it, but there's a whole lot more right with it. And so I guess that's what I wanted to spend a little time talking about today, that we should be so thankful for this United States of America.
Well, and thank our military, including you and Don both, for serving, and ones that have served and lost their lives serving our country and the ones that are currently serving now. Without them, we wouldn't have the country that we do.
No.
So thank you to you and Don, too, for serving.
Yeah, it's almost miraculous that when you're doing that, Don, and the ages you are when you're doing it, you hardly think about America. You think about your friends, and you think about those around you and those that are dependent upon you. I mean, it's so much of a camaraderie that you do get so close to those that you're serving with. Just sometimes the America part's kind of forgotten, but it's in the back of everybody's mind. That's the reason we did it.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, but it's funny, since I separated from the military, it means that much more to me now.
Me too.
I mean, I'm one of those
Were you
very emotional on 4th of July kind of people.
I am
now,
too.
'cause it's just so important to me.
Oh yeah, I'll probably be watching Saving Private Ryan tomorrow and tearing up when he says, "Don't forget this, earned this." You remember that line at the end of it? Earned this. Wow, man, and thank God for them. I mean, those people on. You see the films of D-Day.
Oh, yes.
Man, I'm glad that wasn't me. I'm telling you. And you think about that. They knew what was at the end of that boat before they got on.
Yes.
I mean, it was not going to be a good day, no matter how it turned out. So anyway, thank you, everybody that is an American and proud to be one. We support you, and we want you to know that our heart and soul is poured out to you. This is a great, great place to be, and it's a great time to be alive in Pensacola, Florida. Don't you think?
I agree. I love it.
Interest rates moving up and down. I mean,
Just makes life interesting.
It
Our
does.
jobs are interesting at this point.
it does. I mean, but at the same time, 4.375 is really good interest rates.
It is. And, like we said a little bit earlier, when we're going over rates with customers and that, they're like 4.375. What happened to 3.5? Those right now, they're not available.
Right.
But 4.375, oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's still great interest rates. And,
Well, the best thing to do is not wait till it's 5.375.
Exactly. So when we say it is the time to buy, it is the time to buy.
It is. It's not. It's a house home prices. One report this morning said they were up 12% May to May. We haven't experienced that here. It's probably in the last year up about 6 or 7% across the board.
I think that's correct.
For medium price homes. Good news is we're have about 6 months inventory, and when I say that, I think there's 2,700 active single family homes. But you got to remember and factor in that there's a whole bunch of homes in the $25,000-$30,000 range, that are basically rental properties, and a whole lot of not quite as many homes that are over $350,000-$400,000. When you get it down to the price ranges that the normal that most everybody buys, which is basically $125,000-$175,000, we're probably at about $1,200 or $1,300. That's a good choice of homes.
That is a great choice.
And
Great choice.
it always amazes people what we can get them for the homes.
Absolutely, and we talk about the first-time home buyers with the bond money that's available.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have bond money for a while; they had taken it away.
Yeah.
So it's back, and there is plenty of money there.
Yeah,
And it, when you do an FHA program and you give first-time home buyers their bond money, many times they come to the table with no money.
If we negotiate the purchase to where we get the seller to pay some cost.
That's right. Between the sellers paying some closing costs and the money that's available, what an experience for a first-time home buyer to not have to come to the table with thousands and thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their first home. They get to enjoy it, fix it up, and the market continues to be on the up and up.
Yeah.
Sell it in a few years, and look what they've done with equity in their very first home that they've purchased.
Forced equity. Tell me this: is that bond program available for FHA, VA, rural development for all across the board?
It is available for VA, FHA, and rural development. The only program not available is for conventional loans.
Okay.
And not too many people are doing conventional loans right now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, FHA, which is 3.5% down, VA requires nothing down, rural development is nothing down. And then you get bond money on top of that. It's great.
Bond money is 4% up to $6,000.
Bond money right now, there's 2 different programs. One of them is 4.5% interest rate, allows $7,500. It goes as a second lien on the home. And
it goes away.
And then it goes away. And then you've got 5.25% for up to $6,000 or 4% of the sales price, whichever is less. And that's a cash grant. Never has to be paid back.
Right.
So still great rates on money.
And it's offsetting a lot. It's offsetting the higher interest rates.
It sure is.
I mean, so that's kind of how they're doing it. That's really how they're funding it.
Exactly.
And so it's a really, really, really good time. We, all 3 of us, know a Marine Major family.
Yes.
We don't ever mention names around here, but they're blessed to be closing this afternoon on July the 3rd on their new home over in Laurelwood and Pace. They have absolutely found the perfect home for them. They love it. I'm excited to know that we're going to be able to help a Marine couple on July the 3rd. That's kind of neat, isn't it?
I think that's great. And I want to bring up, they were hesitant when I told them we should do a VA loan.
Right.
People have heard so many things about how difficult those are. I don't think they'd say that anymore.
No, I don't think so either. And you just did I pushed you on the closing date too, didn't I?
Oh, just a little bit.
Well, we almost got it done too. We were
very close.
We almost had a closing date of Friday. What, last Friday?
Yeah.
Well, it's Wednesday and we're closing, so that ain't bad.
But that was less than 30 days.
It was less than 30 days.
That's amazing.
It is amazing
That's
on a VA loan. It is. It was a happy family. I can't wait to see them this afternoon. It's going to be a good thing. Y'all going to the fireworks?
We are. We are headed downtown tomorrow night with our family, and we'll see how the baby handles this with the fireworks. He may be having to wear some headphones, but it is our family tradition that we all go down there.
Do you have a particular place that you go?
We do. We go off of...
Don't tell anybody. It's a secret.
Oh, it's a secret. Never mind. We're not telling anybody.
Well, some people might want to come say hey to you. Where is it?
Well, last year we were down by the pier. We found a great parking spot down there. We get down there early. We bring food. You
mean the circle?
Yes.
The circle,
yes.
okay.
We bring food and footballs and just, have a great time out there as a family. So, come by, see us. Yeah,
well, it's a good time's going to be had by all. There's going to be a bunch of folks out there. Pray that the weather holds off. My understanding, the Wahoos are having a fireworks deal. So I thought I heard or read it somewhere. And then that one, and there's one on the beach, and lots of things to do to celebrate this country. I love July the 4th.
I do too.
I mean, I just absolutely. Delaney, we got some ribs. Delaney's going to cook us up some. We're going to do some ribs tomorrow. And
what time do we need to be there?
About I would say 6 o'clock,
right.
6:30 be good. And that woman can cook some ribs.
I know.
Man. So it's just a good time. Paul, what's your plans? You got anything going on tomorrow?
We're going to be doing the Sertoma 4th of July celebrations.
There you go.
Cat Country 98.7 and News Radio 1620 are going to be there. All the on-air people that you love to listen to are going to make appearances downtown, Seville Square. We'll be giving away a free round of golf to Perdita Bay Golf Club. 9 o'clock, you can start listening to the fireworks simulcast music on Cat Country 98.7 and on your smartphone app for Cat Country 98.7 as well.
What music do y'all do?
I'll tell you what it is. The afternoon jock. I hate saying the word jock. I'll say DJ. The afternoon DJ on Cat Country 98.7 is a guy named Captain Chris. Brilliant editor, and he edits up 24 minutes of music, sound effects, movie clips, all into one spectacular package that goes along and is timed out with the fireworks perfectly. They actually time out what they do with the fireworks to the music that he edits up.
Wow.
So it's very cool and very special. So come down to Sertoma 4th of July celebration, Seville Square.
Okay.
Worth it.
Yeah.
That is seriously one of my favorite parts, is the music to the fireworks.
I know,
We're usually, like she said, in a big parking lot. We got lots of vehicles, lots of people. My windows down, I crank the music. Everybody's like, where are you getting that from? But it's just so perfect. Like you said, it's time with the fireworks. It's incredible.
So y'all are doing that in Seville Square.
Correct.
So that's all happening in Seville Square.
Right.
They got all the food buggies and stuff out there.
Oh, you know it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And so then y'all are sitting over there watching the fireworks, and you're listening.
We got Cat Country cranked up and listening to the music with the fireworks.
I love Pensacola.
I do too. I do too. It's so
love this
family oriented, and there's so many things like that where else can you go?
So is that kind of replacing the thing in the park, the Thursday night event in the park?
Yeah, Evenings in Old Seville will get cranked up next week.
Okay.
Again, this is just a little intermission.
Good. That's kind of neat.
It is. Great.
I'm telling you, if I was up, I'll turn it on.
Is that past your bedtime, Bill?
It could be. I don't know. We won't go there.
8 p.m. bedtime, Bill.
Yeah.
Hey, the sun's still. Well, the sun's going down.
It's going down about 8 o'clock. You might
It
hang
is.
in there a little bit longer tomorrow, Bill. It's
Well,
worth staying up for.
I'll see if Precious is to keep me awake a little while longer. Thank you too for every family that y'all have helped to get into a home. You're forever in their memories. We are blessed to help a lot of first-time home buyers, and I know they're going to remember that home.
I appreciate that, Bill, and in all sincerity, I mean, we've done a lot of business for a lot of years together, and one of these days I would love to count how many people we have put in a home. Yeah. And VA loans, for our military, we love them. Yeah. Absolutely love them, and that's the majority of what we do. And it's one of those that it's a feel good closing. We get to sit at the table with those couples and families and hand them their keys for the first time. That's what it's all for. That's what it's all about. And we do go to our closings. Yeah. We love it.
Yeah, you remember Ben and Jennifer Connor? We helped them buy that new. They just had a baby. So
yep.
I mean, Katie and Kilton.
Yes.
We helped them buy a home. They had a baby this year. You had a baby this year.
I did.
Julie Peterson, that was in our BNI groups, had a baby. Is there something in the water?
Yes. Don't drink the water.
So not only that, we get to watch these families grow together. I watched your boy grow up.
Oh yeah.
From little bitty rug rat running around.
Now I got another one running around.
I know. This one will be crawling here in a little while.
One getting married in January. I mean, come on.
We deal in families.
I mean,
we sell homes. Homes is our business, but we deal in families. And,
yes.
It is it's just an honor and a pleasure. I love it.
Yeah.
I really, truly love what I do. It's an amazing way for us to be here and be alive. How much time we got, Paul?
You got about a minute and a half.
About a minute and a half.
I do want to say too, Bill, that one thing that kind of sets all of us in this room apart is they're not just another number to us. Like you said, we get to watch them as families, and we keep in touch with them, and when they are having children and that, they notify us, and that makes some frustrations all worth it, because when we see them at Target or we see them at places, they don't run from us. They don't run from you. They're like, hey, Bill, how's it going?
We don't run from them.
Well, that's true. We don't run from them either,
Yeah.
But it really does, we all love what we do. And I think it does show with these families, and, we keeping in touch with them, and we've been invited to some of their housewarming parties, and, what
baby
a
showers,
great
stuff like
baby
that.
showers,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, what a great feeling.
Yeah.
So thank you for all you do as well. We really appreciate it.
Well, it's an honor and a pleasure to help this great country and this piece of the country that we live in, Pensacola, Florida. It's an honor to be an American. It's an honor to live in Pensacola and know that you love it. I love loving where I live. So many people in this country are there because they have to be, or not because they want to be. We're here because we want to be.
Amen.
And thank God we make a good living. My name is Bill Sheffield. Never forget, PensacolaHome.com. My Facebook page is Pensacola Home, but more important than that, never forget, where there's a Bill, there's a way.